Protesters rallied in Providence this afternoon, challenging President Trump's proposal for offshore oil and gas drilling. Today's rally came just ahead of a scheduled hearing here in Rhode Island by the Federal Bureau of Ocean Energy Management. Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado is live in Providence now with more on today's events. Steph.
Shannon, those protesters were out here in the parking lot at the Marriott. They just went inside for that meeting. As you said, the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management holding a public comment meeting on President Trump's proposal to allow offshore oil drilling. Now, earlier today, the protesters went from the State House. They marched to the Marriott, holding signs, chanting, urging the government to protect Rhode Island waters from offshore drilling. They are concerned about the environmental impacts, possible impacts to the fishing industry, and possible pollution if there were to be an oil spill. Governor Gina Raimondo is also against the proposal. Here's what she said earlier this afternoon.
We're just not gonna allow offshore drilling off the coast of Rhode Island. We cannot allow it. We have to do everything in our power to make sure it doesn't happen.
The oil industry has said that offshore drilling could lower the price of fuel. Now, it's unclear if any oil companies are even interested in drilling off the coast of Rhode Island, nor is it known if there is oil in the waters off the shores of New England at all. But of course, the folks here today just don't even want that to be a possibility. As I said, that meeting is going on now. This is the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management. It's a federal bureau taking public comment, trying to form an analysis on how this proposal would affect folks all over the country. They're going to every single state. We spoke to them, to BOEM, and you'll hear from them coming up new at 6. Live in Providence, I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Tony. Happening right now, federal officials are meeting in Providence to discuss the contentious issue of offshore drilling.
As we showed you live at 5, numerous protesters opposed to the Trump administration's proposal marched from the State House to the site of the meeting. Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado joins us now live from the Providence Mobile Newsroom. Steph?
The Federal Bureau of Ocean Energy Management is here in Rhode Island right now getting public opinion about President Trump's plan to open U.S. waters to offshore drilling. Now, in response, a lot of protesters showed up. They marched from the State House to the Marriott where the meeting is happening. They're holding signs saying no drill, no spill, and urging the government not to allow drilling off the shores of Rhode Island. They are concerned about pollution, concerned about the fishing industry, and Governor Gina Raimondo is also vowing to fight against this.
Not on our watch. We can't. Not on our watch. We're going to stand up and make sure it doesn't happen.
It's a scary thought, so hopefully it won't happen, but we have to make sure that our voices are heard.
And so this meeting with the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management, or BOEM, is to take public comment on offshore drilling. They are going from state to state to get opinions. The chief environmental officer of BOEM tells me folks in states like Alaska or the Gulf Coast states have shown a lot of support for oil drilling. There is much more opposition, he says, here in New England.
We're here to listen, gather environmental information, do an analysis and an environmental impact statement, and for the purpose of really seeing whether some areas should be excluded from development.
So as he said, some places could be excluded from allowing offshore drilling. Now, it's also unclear if any oil companies are interested in drilling off the coast of Rhode Island, and it would be a number of years before that would be allowed. Now, I also checked in with the other candidates for governor, hoping to unseat Governor Raimondo this fall. Republican Patricia Morgan and Independent Joe Trillo both tell me they would be opposed to offshore drilling. Republican Alan Fung declined to comment. Live in Providence, I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.